Vitamin D is one of the 13 essential vitamins needed for us to survive and stay healthy. Today, we're going to learn about what it is, how we get it, and what it does in our bodies. So the first question is, what is vitamin D? Well, vitamin D is a vitamin we get from sunlight, supplements, or we can get it from the food we eat. Vitamin D comes in two types. We get vitamin D2 that comes mainly from plants, and then there's vitamin D3 that comes from animals, and that includes us. So there's a couple different sources to get your vitamin D. Vitamin D is known as a fat-soluble vitamin. So think about those tablets that you might put in some water that dissolve to help with some stomach upset. Those tablets dissolve in water. Vitamin D dissolves in fat. It's a similar process. So when you consume vitamin D, it's also good to consume some fat along with it. And I'll talk a little bit about that later in the video. So how do we get vitamin D naturally? I'm in Florida. I'm in South Florida. It's hot down here. I mean, it's hot. So we got plenty of sun. So if I walk out in the sun, I hang out for a little bit, enjoying the nice weather. The UV rays from the sun is going to touch my skin, and it's going to activate this molecule called 7-dehydrocholesterol. When you're making a chocolate cake, you need flour, right? If you want to make a really good chocolate cake, you got to start with some flour because you got to start somewhere. This molecule is essentially that. It's what we need to get the ball rolling to start making this recipe for vitamin D. It's like a green light turning on in traffic. Once that green light turns on, the molecule moves into the liver. The liver does its thing, transforms it a little bit, then it goes back into the blood, and then it hits the kidneys. The kidneys do their thing, and then once it passes through the kidneys activate it. It's like walking into a room and turning on a light switch. Once this molecule is activated, then the body can use it. So what does vitamin D do in our bodies? Well, one of the more important things it does is it promotes calcium absorption. Calcium is what keeps our bones nice and strong. See, our bones store calcium, and then when we need it, our bones break down that calcium and send it out into the blood. Vitamin D also strengthens the immune system, and the immune system is a part of our bodies that's absolutely necessary to fight off disease, to heal wounds, and a bunch of other things. So when we take vitamin D, it's good to take it with vitamin K. Vitamin D helps calcium get absorbed into the bones, but vitamin K does that even better. So they're essentially best friends. Vitamin K helps regulate calcium more efficiently than vitamin D does. It's also important to take vitamin D with some kind of fat, like I said earlier. Fish oil is good, or any kind of fat. And lastly, you can always get vitamin D from the things you eat, like leafy greens, beans, and other vegetables. So in summary, vitamin D is an essential vitamin we need to survive. We can get it from sunlight. When UV rays from the sun touch our skin, 7-dehydrocholesterol gets activated. We talked about flour for a chocolate cake. You got to start somewhere. And this is where the body starts to make vitamin D. Then it goes into the liver, then it goes into the kidneys. And then once it passes through the kidneys, it gets activated, like that light switch getting turned on. And then once it's activated, our bodies can now use it. And then we learn that vitamin D helps with calcium. Calcium is good for strong bones, for strong muscles, for very strong immune system. And when we consume vitamin D, we should also consume it with vitamin K just to kind of help out that calcium absorption. And we can always get vitamin D from vegetables, beans, and other sources. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends, and I'll be back soon with another video.